Hey everybody, Asher here, and it's Free Play Friday, where today we're taking a look at Genshin Impact, which just had its 2.1 release. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it, Genshin Impact is an adventure RPG slash gacha game, very PvE friendly. Some of you may know it from, there's a PlayStation version, there's a PC version, there's a mobile version. It has been compared quite a bit to Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was one of the reasons I picked it up first. Is like, I can't play Breath of the Wild, so this is a mighty good substitute, but it's captured my imagination and interest a lot more than Breath of the Wild. We'll talk a little bit about the systems and why and everything here, but the 2.1 update did introduce a new character. We'll go over that in just a minute, but I think probably the best way to start this video is just to actually go through the gacha, and then we'll show some other things in context here. So like I said, there's lots of little exploring, there's lots of things to fight, we'll get there, but let's start. We have all these little OCD exclamation marks. Don't worry about those. If you've ever watched me play other games, you know that I'm terrible at clicking those, but this is the latest island that was put out for the patch. And if you are familiar with the patch, this came out on Wednesday, so I'm cheating and not actually recording on a Friday. You know that I did a little pre-exploration, and the reason for that is because I want to actually go for one of the characters that is on what's called the summoning banner here. Now, this is a game that you are not required actually at all to do anything, do any summons. You can beat pretty much any of the content with the default characters or free characters that are handed to you in the game. And that's actually one of the really great things about this game, is that you can approach it very casually and just kind of play how you want to and be able to beat most of the content. And that's something that really appeals to me as someone that doesn't have time to necessarily sit down and remember every little thing about every little game. But if you want to know kind of the Breath of the Wild comparison here, see, we can sprout wings, we can fly. But I'm going to the little place that I usually go to when I do summons. Oop, well, it would help if I didn't actually screw that up, so nice to do that live on YouTube. Alright. There we go. So look at these happy little islands appearing in the happy little sky. But yeah, Genshin Impact it's been out for a year. It's actually technically the year anniversary. But since I sort of found this area up here, which is one of the, not the highest, but one of the highest areas in the land, it just feels nice to actually go and summon here. So we're just going to sit down. We can be Zhongli for a second. I'm kind of using my go-to party here, but Zhongli is a significant character. He was one of the first characters I really went for in this game. He's what's known as the Earth Archon. He's actually kind of a retired Earth god, for lack of a better term here. But what we're going to be going for today, we'll just go to the wish menu here, is the Lightning Archon, or who's known as the Raiden Shogun, whose name is Baal, actually. And there's some other characters that are on here, as that tends to go. The way the gacha works in this game, if you've never played Genshin Impact before, is there's something that's just sort of a gacha that's always here. You can kind of just roll into this whenever. There's a weapon gacha. We don't do the weapon gacha. Okay, other people do. Other people really sink into it, but I have never done it. I don't plan on doing it today. Who knows, maybe I could do it here just a little bit crazy, because there is a weapon that goes beautifully with Baal here. But this is the goal today. This is a 5-star character. It's interesting. We're going to get out of this menu for just a second, go to the character menu just to make this a little bit clearer. Probably my kids describe this game as, oh my god, everybody's talking all the time. Of course, we can't configure a party while we sit. We'll do the gacha in just a minute, though. But yeah, if we look through the characters here, we could sort them by level. We can sort them by quality. I guess that's technically rarity, perhaps, but all these gold ones are 5-star characters. There's lots of 4-star characters. There's no 3-star characters. That's kind of the secret here. And not all of these are developed, and you actually do get one 5-star character for free. This patch, if you have PlayStation, introduced a crossover event from Horizon, where Aloy from that PlayStation game is available in the game as a Frost Archer, which is pretty cool. She'll be available in the PC version later. But yeah, this is kind of my go-to team. I have some other groups here. This is just kind of experimental. This is kind of my B team, go through, try to beat up things. I don't always use Rosaria. Fischl and Mona Mona was actually the first character I got, because in Gacha games I just have more fun trying to do reroll here. But we're going to sit down because Zhongli really wants to talk about being old and having wine and all that, and we're just going to go right here to the Gacha. Now, how this works is you have these little things, you have these little things. Pretty much there's a bunch of concurrent currencies here. You need 10 of these, or you need 10 of these to do a 10 set, or you can do one. There's no difference between 1 or 10. And if you're not familiar with how Genshin Impact works, it's actually pretty important to understand this system if you are going to be trying to manipulate the gacha at all, because you can actually look at your history here and you'll see some dates on the right here for when I've done this here. So if we have like a 4-star, and this is going to go 6 by 6, you'll see it can go up to 10 summons between 4 stars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have this one here, but it's just going to kind of go all the way back here, just through and through, and then and I'm doing this for a reason. Shaking, which, oh my god, I hate butchering pronunciation. I can pronounce it right in my brain, but not now. This was the last 5-star that I summoned. It was on April 9th, so I haven't really been playing like hardcore, but I have amassed a little bit of currency over time. If we count the number of things that's here, I'll do the multiplication. It's, oh god, 6 times 8 is 48. There is a soft pity system in this game, which means that if you get around 70 summons, you're going to get a 5-star, and then you have a 50-50 chance of getting the 5-star that's on the banner. Keiching was actually an off-banner 5-star that I got, which means that now, because I haven't gotten a 5-star since this point in time, I will be getting Baal, or at least that's how it's supposed to work, or we will have some fun not doing that. But like I said, it's an interesting system. This has its own separate pity from this one. I have no idea about the weapon banner because, once again, we don't do the weapon banner. But let's go ahead and just show what it's like here. It says, wish, oh no, we only have this much. It's fine because we have these happy little gems that'll give us 3 more intertwined fate. They're the rainbow fates, which you can also buy in like the gift shop here, but I can't really afford it right now. I'll be able to after we do some summons, so it's fine. So yay, we're starting with this because it's fun. Starting this at 7 minutes, it's fine. But yeah, the summon, if you're not getting a character, you're typically getting weapons. I actually got 2 4-star units here, which I think there's like a 10% chance of getting a 4-star here, but then otherwise it's going to be 3-star. Actually, this is pretty lucky, all things considered. It's not a lot of weapons that I use. Well, actually, it's not very lucky at all. I kept seeing like purple flashes. It's been so long since I summoned, I don't remember how it goes. But we did get a character that I do have actually a lot of already. In fact, I think I already have her entire constellation unlocked. So that is a little bit of a bait here, a little bit of a trap, because this is also another new character that's introduced, and I would like her. So let's double check and make sure. And one of the fun things is that there's so many people that cry about the meta in this game and what works and what doesn't. Okay, we aren't all the way to 6 constellations. That's good. The Constellation 6 is actually really strong for her. And it turns out that this character who is given away for free, I think you can still get her for free no matter what in the game, is one of the strongest melee characters in the game. And that was something that was mathematically determined, discovered. Maybe there are some new artifacts that were introduced, or maybe people caught up with it after, like, I stopped playing for a while. So let's go back and do this deal again. So see what's going to happen is, in order to get 10 more, we need to use these that are called Primo Gems, which is nice. Now, technically what I should be doing is just summoning 1 at a time, because now we've done 20 more summons, and I don't know if we've gotten a pity or not. Sacrificial Greatsword. So there is a 4-star weapon. There's Constellation 6 for Zhongling, which is actually very, very, very useful. She is a spear user. I have a lot of spear users that I'm going to be using, considering the Raiden Shogun is also a spear user. Weapons, they're a thing. So there we go. C6, hooray! Fun times. Now if we look at this again, if I do another 10 summon, I should be getting it here. Because, I don't know, this is just fun for me to look at. So 1, 2... Oh, that's right. We're not going to actually get our history here. So 48... God, that's actually pretty damn hard, close to the... because we've done 20 summons. That's 2 10 summons. And unlike other gacha games, it's not a... You will always... you have a better chance of getting a 4-star between this and this. So that's actually pretty nice that it's all just laid out right there. It's you will get one every 10. Regardless, this is just a way to do it a little bit faster. But I'm actually going to do this one at a time now. Because we're close to 70. We're at 68. This is the nice one, 69. I don't know. There's something fun about gaming systems to a point. And I'm very curious and slash a little bit macabre about just, oh my god, is this going to blow up in my face? This should be 70. So it means that we should be getting really close to actually getting the unit that I'm going for. I may do 1 or 2 more summons just to try and get the 4-star from the event. That's Noelle. She is loved by some people, not as much by other, but it's a housemaid with a giant sword, so what's not to love? She's actually off banner, which is a little unfortunate here. Let's keep going. So what's that? 71. Just keep going, because this is Gatcha comes from Gachapon, which I think is not exactly how you pronounce it, but there's little machines that are in Japan that are like, you put a coin in, you put some stuff in, you get a prize. So that's definitely the idea here. And one of the things, I've played plenty of other Gacha games in the past, but this is one that's been nice, because it's like you don't have to Gacha the shit out of everything. You can just find characters that you like, make it work. It just happens that my party right now has 3 5-star units in it. And it's not, I don't always use them together. It's just kind of been, hey, this is how it's working. But we're just going to keep doing the solo here. Debate Club. I love the Debate Club. Is actually a great sword, and you smash things with it. It's not like a good weapon, but it's a solid joke. So we keep getting blue here. What we want this to do is to turn into gold. There's no, like, great ritual for anything, any reason, any superstition for how this works. And I may just lose patience and do a 10 summon just for fun. Because we love fun. There we go. So, if we've done this right, this should be Baal. And it is. So, Raiden Shogun, that's the character that we are going for. Hooray, hooray. And just because I don't intend on summoning for a while, because none of the other upcoming characters seem exactly appealing to me, let's do one more summon just for fun. So now we've completely reset the pity counter, and actually that was pretty deep into pity here. And actually we got a Kojisara, who is a lightning archer who's also near the banner. I appreciate the mask on the head as well. So I'm glad I did the celebratory summon. I was kind of hoping that's what I get, even if that wasn't what I was necessarily thinking about. It's like, you just... I've played enough Monster Hunter, now we're beyond Constellation, so we didn't actually get the bonus there. But yeah, I've played enough Monster Hunter to know the danger of the desire sensor, so I have learned to suppress what I'm looking for here, and we got some extra Masterless Star Glitter. Now, what does that do, might I ask? Now, there's Star Glitter Exchange, which is not something you necessarily want to touch. I actually am a little bit annoyed that I accidentally, after not playing this for a very long time, I did accidentally use this to buy these currencies after having so much brought in, because I would have liked to have gotten Beidou, but I didn't, so this is what we want. I've kind of been sitting on this for a while because I haven't had enough here. So we can use this, and this will let us do a little bit more summoning, because summoning is fun. We're not going to purchase anything today. We're just going to go back here. And you see, we bought a few of these. You notice they weren't little rainbow things. The rainbow things are for the weapon summon in this one. We're not going to do the weapon summon. As enticing as this is, the chances of getting a 5-star is 1% in this game. That's the same for the weapons as well. So you've got to plan ahead. However, here we can just kind of do what we want. So I have no idea if I'm near pity, at pity, not at pity. Haven't looked at this one in a while. And we can scroll through this faster, probably. But this one is just kind of open to any character. And we got Shongyung, who's a Ice Sword user that I haven't used at all. And Noel, who's actually on the banner. So these little things are for upgrading constellations. Constellations are little bonus abilities that you get. I think we're good here. We'll save this 3. I kind of like to push these out every time I get a 10 summon. Alright, so now we've got some extra characters. What the hell do we do with them? Yes, we know. This is where I almost want to convert some of these characters to Japanese. But we can't, or just so I don't have to hear them talking all the time. But anyway, like, see, if we get some bonus abilities here. This one's not very exciting because it just increases the skill ability. It's here, but like this one. For the duration of her ultimate ability, all party members receive a bonus for fire damage. That's incredibly powerful. Like, usually the C6 is super powerful, and you ever watch anybody that does a lot of what's called wailing or summoning here for this stuff, they'll go for C6. This just happens to be characters that have been in a lot of banners that I've gone after. Like you see, C1 here. The only notable character whose constellation I have up right a bit, as you can see, like Ominous Inscription, I'm not going to be getting this for her because, well, she's 5-star, very rare to get. The only character I've ever gotten 5-star anything for is Mona, who is literally the first 5-star I got. I got her on a reroll, or multiple rerolls, and she's a good character. She is an even better character with some of her constellations because she gets bonus damage for stuff, and her normal attacks can automatically activate as AoE attacks. It's pretty good. But the show that we're here for is not so much you, although you're cool and fairly interesting in the story as well, and obviously has 4 wings, trying to outdo Fischl, I guess. But we have you. Her Excellency, the Mighty, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, who promised the people of Inazuma, which I mispronounced, an unchanging eternity. So that's her goal. She wants to have the world unchanged. And kind of fun fact, she has purple, long hair. Our Earth person has brown, long hair. And I don't have the Wind person because I tried for him, but I didn't get him. He has green long hair, so I'm curious if her hair grows a little bit extra when you activate stuff here. So I did try my best to get some materials ahead of time for leveling her up, but we're probably not going to be able to do too good here. The fun thing about this is that leveling up doesn't really... It's only one aspect of the power curve for this character.
Of my journey, or Shoden, involves learning the 9-way sword slash and the foundations of the art of the polearm.
Well,
there is no great variation from other traditions at this point. Or rather, it is the other traditions that do not differ from mine.
Well, she has a lot to say. So, leveling up, get an extra talent, get a little bit of attack. Like, they try to make her look so peaceful here. You get bonuses as well for leveling up people. And it's really nice. This feature wasn't always there in terms of trying to look at leveling up. And unfortunately, because we have not actually fought any Thunder manifestations for this has not actually... I don't actually have any of these to drop yet, but I do have this, which is good. I actually thought that this is what I needed for... Unfortunately, I did find a lot of that in the wilderness. It's just getting these and getting these, which if I had been better about taking care of finding this stuff, it's fine. I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense here, but I am a little bummed Okay, I'm not sure which one I'm using here. We want to use this. I hate that it's really kind of hard to combine the stuff. There used to not be a click and hold here, but yeah, like, you couldn't just pre-farm this stuff. So we can't ascend her because we have items that are dropped here. We have items that are dropped here, but we don't have this. So we'll find out where we can get that in a second. I'm pretty sure I know where that is. Now, in terms of weapons, you see she has some stuff here, and I have some polearms that are really good, like Deathmatch, which is I think that's a battle pass item because it's attack and crit. Base attack and physical damage bonus isn't exactly great for her. Base attack and physical damage bonus isn't great for her. I half wonder if I should just level up Favonius Lance or Dragon's Bane. I'll have to look at that as well. For now, we'll give her the Dragon Spine Spear. And Rosaria can just kind of get over it. That's fine. So Favonius Lance could be good. There's also some other craftable spears as well. Dragon's Bane seems kind of interesting, but I do want to actually use her a little bit. So we'll just give her... And this is attributes level, that's part 1 of the power curve. Weapons, that's part 2 of the power curve. I know some people would be like, well, when do we actually get to play the game? And the answer is soon enough. I'm just going to throw... Not like that. I'm just going to throw some artifacts at her. We'll give her what Shaking is wearing right now, because that seems... Shaking's kind of been on the bench for me for a little bit. So that's fine. So we'll get bonus damage, and there's set bonuses you get for equipping the same thing here. So we'll get attack percentage, and we'll get electric damage bonus here if I'm doing this right. And there's a bunch of other little substats here. Pretty much one of the things you can do for a very long time in this game is try to hunt artifacts for the perfect item here. And actually, one thing I will do is see if I happen to have any goblets that have thunder damage on it. There's no great way to organize it, but see, we have Hydro, Geo, Animo, which is Wind. It'd be really great if I had absolutely nothing that had thunder damage on it. Even a 3-star would be decent at this point. Elemental Mastery, Pyro. There we go. So there's 1 electric damage. Yeah, that's fine. That's all we want. So how enhancing works in this game. Lots of clicky. We're not going to go too far, but just getting anything up here is great. All right. I'm not too concerned about trying to get stuff too high, but sometimes you can get away with using a 3 or 4-star artifact. Not everything has to be a 5-star max top tier. Because like I said, this is a game where there is a lot of opportunities to min-max, but not necessarily like the bee's knees. You have to do this all the time. I can't believe I just said bee's knees, and I don't even think that's the first time I've said that this recording. So, and it's funny because this is the kind of thing where if I had some good showmanship, I wouldn't be doing this on camera like this. But as we all know, I'm not good at presentation. All right, so we'll just throw this over here, just enhance just barely enough to get this. Alright, so... And we didn't actually equip it to her, did we? So... There we go. Equip. So now she has some stats. I don't even know if they're optimal stats. I don't even really care at this point. Because she's very low level for where I'm at in the game. I don't think I can actually... Must be Character Ascension 2 to level up these. So... Yeah, we need to get on the ball with this stuff here. Did we actually find out? Distant Storm. You'll give these. Alright, so this is going to be a fun fight. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. I think what I should do, probably, because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with her. I don't really know what best practice is for her right now. Is we'll drop her in this team with Mona, Fischl. That seems terrible, but we'll do it anyway. This team does not hit as hard as Hu Tao, who's probably one of my strongest. So you know what we'll do? We'll start with this. We'll do the kid glove thing here. So there's Kaching, who has little kitty cat ears. because it's that kind of game.
What is the situation?
We'll put you here. We'll put the Archons together. So here's you. Here's you. And let's see what we can do. Her abilities, by the way, I'll show them in the picture here. So how are we going to show off this? Oh, look, we have daily quests. That's probably fine. These quests pop up once a day. You can see that you get some premium currency if you keep up with your stuff. That's one of the ways that games will often try to keep getting you to engage and play again. And there's a pretty easy boss near here that we can fight as well. But we're going to the first area that you're introduced to in the game called Mondstadt, which by far and away has the most Breath of the Wild aesthetic to it. But this is definitely one of those games where if you can see it, you can probably go to it. So let's climb. We do have stamina here, which is all very nice. And we're probably going to be asked to beat some people up in just a minute, so that's fun. Zhongli's good because he can drop a big pillar and also drop a shield on you. Raiden Shogun has a nice lightning thing, which should actually work fairly well. We're trying to get some elemental reactions here. Because what we're trying to do is to have the fire interact with the lightning and the fire to interact with the ice here, and you can see we really murdered everybody. It wasn't even close, but just like that, we got 10 Primo Gems. Hooray! And I can't climb on that because I have no stamina. As you may have noticed if you've played any sort of Breath of the Wild, that the stamina bar is going to look very familiar. The climbing's going to look very familiar. The coastline and everything's going to look very familiar. And yet, even though I can now run Breath of the Wild on Simu, I still find myself playing this, so it is what it is. Alright, so let's see what we can do about this. First off, Zhongli's also nice because he can drop a meteor on people. Now, this is an ice boss. Most bosses are actually tied to some kind of element. So, what we tend to do here is just have... Okay, I actually mistimed that pretty hard, but we try to mix the elements and everything here. Since it's already afflicted by ice, we have different issues here. We're going to need to get shield up again in just a second. Right now, it looks like Raiden Shogun's going to be more of a support person, which is fine, because she's level 40. Let's go ahead and use her ability. Yes, she did pull that sword out of her chest, because, I mean, people keep their wallets in there, people keep cash in there, why not? But yeah, you know what, even at level 40, she's doing a fantastic job as a support. I'm finding the damaging stuff going pretty well. By the way, while we're here, one other fun story bit about this game, and I'll do it over here. No, we'll do it over here. This is the most... Oh, not like that. Okay. If we go over to New Island, spoiler alert, I guess, this is where I kept dying. Because I was trying to look for upgrade materials for her, and I was farming the wrong upgrade materials. So yeah, there's a lightning island with a bunch of lightning on it, and I kept trying to explore in the middle, and it kept frying me. So that's fun. But we also have a statue of the Seven, which did manage to heal us this time. But if we take a look at it, this is actually a statue of her, which is pretty exciting. And you can give little offerings to it, and if you do find enough, like you can see I've farmed 11 here. I'd already turned in 11 and a few more before, so if we turn in one more, this is how you increase stamina in the game. So there's always like little things to look out for when you're exploring the world. And we got lightning here, but you see the next one cost 15, so we'll just drop those in. So just a little bit of extra stamina is nice, and we got more Primo Gems and another little sack of something that will let us raise our main quest character heroes stuff here. But Alright. A little bit of loading as we go around the place. It's all good. And we really like having that stuff hanging around us, so that's fine. There's the wind person, by the way, with little angel wings. He's a drunk. Of course, doesn't want you to know that, but the kind of every region kind of is associated with a certain character, if you're unfamiliar with this game. So Mondstadt's associated with like a lot of Western culture, like United States or England, and the architecture fits more of an English style. Liyue, which is this is an annoying quest, but Liyue, which is down here, is associated with China. And there's a really big outcry when Zhongling, the Archon, who's supposed to be like big Chinese hero, everything. There's a big outcry from the Chinese community. It's like, he's kind of weak. He's like, no, he's very strong defensively. But people want big damage numbers. So apparently we're looking for a key for this guy. So here's another feature of the game that it's a little annoying to use, but it's elemental sights. And we're trying to find where dude's key went, and we don't have anything to go on other than looking for these windy footprints. I kind of stay out here. Fortunately, I can do this with my middle mouse button. This is annoying as hell to do on my phone because I keep having to push the button. And this should lead us somewhere. Should. I say this quest is annoying because sometimes I get run around in circles. Oh, we actually got it first try. Nice. Unless he's like, that's not my key. Which is also entirely possible. Alright. Found it. Yes, that's the one. Hooray. Thanks for your help. So, Wyatt, don't worry, you'll be captaining a spaceship soon enough. Alright, that's just some cross-promotion here. We do have some dungeons we can potentially go to. I may do that here just to show another side of the game. But let's get the dailies done first. Alright. Because there is going to be a little bit of moral combat here in just a bit. Like I said, this is all going to look incredibly Breath of the Wild-y, but like I said, this game stands on its own two legs very well. You just have to accept that some systems are very different. Let's start by dropping a meteor, which also petrifies opponents.
There is no escape. No, my sword.
And then we're just gonna let Hutel go crazy, as she tends to do, and then explode herself. She actually gets bonus damage the lower her life gets, which is kind of why you see me letting her go down a little low. Now the idea as well is that Xingqiu, who's one of the best supports in the game, he has little swords flying around him. Those will put water damage on things right away. And that's helping her, despite being such a low level, do a lot of damage. We need to put his shield back up though. My build for Zhongli is physical damage, so getting extra elementals out here is fun. We have reinforcements. That's a little annoying.
There is no escape.
Alright. Let's see how we can do here. Now her little butterfly thing, it puts flowers on things because everything's cute. Okay, it's not exactly true, but okay.
Order guide you.
We'll save her ult for just a minute. Because I'd rather her not die here. Please die. Thank you. And now I'm very curious, do I have enough health to actually heal myself? Or enough health stored up on these statues? So we just go back here. All you gotta do is stand by it and it will try to heal you. Like I said, I kind of zeroed myself out before. You can change one of the settings to look at how the statue's blessing does, but this one has a lot of restorative power, so that's pretty good. Alright. Let's get some more of these down here. So how do we want to do this? We have one more daily quest, unfortunately inconveniently located. Some of these it's really easy because you can just jump up and fly down. But this is not really one of them. I could crawl up to the top of the mountain. You know, just to show some other characters here real quick. Let's do this. Switch it up a little bit. So we know that concept works. And we'll put you in here.
The campaign begins.
And we actually have an element of resonance because we have 2 Electro people affected by Hydro, 40% less the time superconductor overload, and Electro charge have a 100% chance to do some particle goodies. So that's where you get bonuses for putting characters with similar elements together. You can see I did not actually switch my party though. I have a really bad habit of that. Alright. And now we deploy. I got confused because Zhongli is still my #1 here because his shield's just that damn good. And I'm really glad I switched because this boss is really annoying for ground-based teams. However, I'm not going to be able to do a lot here. Okay, so here's Mona. There's Fischl. And we're going to see that what Fischl does is that she drops a bird, and that bird shoots lightning. It's all very good. The one problem with Mona is that she's really squishy. So you have to really manage your defense here. The one nice thing is that we have this here. Let's go ahead. Sword to the face. Can we drop a meteor on you too? Yes, we can. Alright. Those guys actually don't drop anything. That was a waste of an ult, and yet it was a good ult. Alright. So there's 2 different places we can go to. This is Mondstadt. This is not the typical entrance for Mondstadt, but I think it gives a pretty good view of just kind of the level of detail. It's like, for me, sometimes I'm like, this is a damn mobile game. And, I mean, granted, it was released on PlayStation a day earlier, but there's lots of little hidden things in, like, this area, too, like having to collect something from the hands that are up there. Turning and stuff, there's a little town square. Very fascinating. And then you have Liyue, which is down here. Or Liwa, technically. There's probably a better way to pronounce it. A little bit of loading. And it does usually take this long for me to load because this is not on my SSD. And Liwa, like I said, based on China. So we have, like, very different architectural style. Their whole idea is, like, lots and lots of trade. Now, granted, just full disclosure here is that Genshin Impact is made by MiHoYo, which is a Chinese company. So there's a lot of pressure on them to try and make China look good in general. But like I said, this looks good. The world feels very lived in. There's kitties. Can I pet the kitty? I can't pet it. But we are going to go down and turn in our quest here. By the way, the reason I'm using Mona to just run around with water is because that is faster. But we could just use the Electro Archon to walk up to people, and nothing's awkward. Right now, actually, in the story, she is like the main antagonist, so it's nice that you can play as one of the bad guys, but... Alright. There's our hero person here. You have a choice between boy hero and girl hero. I chose girl hero because boy hero's voice actor is annoying as hell. Don't get me wrong, credit where credit's due, he got the job. Just if you have to pick a character to listen to talking, don't pick the one that immediately grates your nerves here. So all this is just there's little timed expeditions or timed things where you can get some items. So this is what I do instead of mining. I find it interesting that this map only has the original island and not the island that was patched in here and here. And I can already see another island down there that's visible from the Lightning Island of Death. Oh, wow. Okay, so she has a speed increase in Inazuma, which is not how it's pronounced, so that's fine. So you can see she gets it 4 hours faster. Typically, it doesn't matter, because I don't like log in that much, but I think that's everything. That's everything. Alright. Cool. So there's that. There's a battle pass. Most important level, if you decide you want to pay for it, which is like $10, is you can actually pick one of the battle pass weapons. They're very strong for some characters, but not as important for some other characters. So we need to use original resin, which that is this game's sort of stamina system. There's a lot of things you can do without stamina, but there's a few things you need stamina for. So that's kind of the goal here. How can we burn some stamina? First off, I do kind of want to see, because we did get her, hooray. This is the area, when I said before, about 98% of the game you can do just very casually. This is the area where you have to set up and have some very specific teams. I have slacked like hell in doing it. This is another area I've slacked like hell because they introduced it pretty much when I stopped playing. Very curious about the quest here for this. Let's teleport, because I don't think I showed this place either because I just started on the islands. Alright. So if we're here, world quest, just want to make sure. It's always dangerous to do these things live. So go to quest. I guess we're going to the Adventurers Guild here. Anyway, like I said, cherry blossoms all over the place because this place is very much representative of Japan. And look, Catherine's just waiting for us here as well. So she's going to talk. There's a lot of voice acting in this game, but I appreciate that not every single little word is voice acted. It gets a little bit exhausting. And like I said, it's look for adventures on Sari Island. Alright. This is dangerous, but we're going to do it anyway. But I've mostly explored this island, so we know it's here. Hey, I passed by you before. Hey, Eco. I need this book and this one and this one. Ah, there, you're an adventurer. Alright, so I see in that case, can you explore the periphery of this island a bit? But don't wander too close to the center of the island. Should you please, the storm there is not to be trifled with. Not for now, actually, I haven't even figured out what the cause of these storms are. The fellow something keeps insisting the storm must have been the work of the Archon, meant to block ordinary people from violating a sacred site. I didn't believe a word at first, but then I discovered some very strange stone structures in the area. Read some text that said they're warding stones, and according to legends, these stone structures really are ritual implements, can be used to seal certain things. Unfortunately, the stone structures we found were all busted up. No, well, it doesn't look like anyone's repaired it, so we don't have any clues. So we can take a look at a book. The quicker we solve this mystery, the quicker we can get back to the guild. Alright, so not too far over here. By the way, did I actually look up? Yeah, that's a serious storm, but it should be okay. We have this person here now, and she should be totally fine. Alright. I could have just teleported over there. But I kind of want to see how this group does against this thing. Because I can tear apart against you really well. But, like, this damage is just not nearly as good. Gotta remember that, by the way, she's actually an archer, so we can, like, do stuff like this. I just typically don't.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
There is no escape. Shadows of fate.
So yeah, my other party kills this person a lot faster, but it's okay.
By royal decree. Illusion shattered.
Order guide you.
You'd think that dropping a meteor on somebody's head would hurt them a little more, but
Let me strike.
also it doesn't help that these guys are resistant to water.
To oblivion.
Also, another thing that's really nice, she goes from her polearm to having a sword when using that ult, so that's pretty cool.
Decided by destiny. Shadows of fate. Odds revealed by this majesty belongs to ice.
And see, like, we have some little thing over here that we can do, like, somewhere around here. Maybe if we look up, yep, there's just something floating up there. That's one of those things that I turned into the statue, but I don't know how to get that one clearly. I'm gonna switch the party again here just because this area is serious business and I kind of need to actually kill things. Alright. Okay, so we're actually looking to go up here. Okay. Wouldn't mind embarrassing myself in front of a new boss for you all. But we'll see if we can get there, because first we have some of these jerk faces.
Another test subject.
That's right.
Solidified.
So you can see I'm switching between party members a lot. Everybody has something to do, and of course as soon as I start the fight, look, they're just like, whatever, we'll just wander off. The seal, no. So apparently there's problems. Alright. We're just trying to skip through this because I want to see if I can get in a fight. Story. Oh, I've found all these strange tracks. No progress, so it's quiet now. Additional help, that would be admitting we're not up to the task. I believe it says before, we're professionals. Goals to finish, not start here. So they're in a little uniform because they've been sent to go on adventures. Apparently we're not wearing that uniform, so it's fine. Okay, well, goals are simple. The guild needs to send here, but anyway. So please keep your spirits up. The guild did a blah, blah, blah. Gosh, you guys. Like, some of the writing here is really good, and sometimes I am in the mood to sit through and read all this, but right now it's two characters that don't really care about. So besides they just appeared warning, so maybe they really do have something to do with it. Let's follow and see what we can find. Finally, our little floating friend here, which you can see Paimon just kind of staring at us through our little bonus buff. Alright, so follow the cat footprints and explore. Where are the cat footprints? Not this way, but we do have, like I said, thunderbolts and lightning. We're very close to, like, the danger zone. Okay, follow the cat footprints and explore ahead. You can see because they're conveniently marked on the floor as cat footprints. Once again, we have disappeared walkway and we found a cat. Hey, cat. Whew. And there's lightning. I have been killed by lightning many times here.
Solidify.
Let's go and say hello to you. And look, you just had two friends appear. There we go. See, what my whole goal has been this whole time is to get her, get the water debuff on this person, and then if we do fire damage, you get a really big bonus bit of damage here. But of course, having the lightning stuff on it too is making these reactions really interesting. Let's see, like, they just tear through stuff.
If we bury it, maybe it'll spring back to life.
Okay, who tells stories? That she runs the funeral parlor that Zhongli, the retired Earth God, also works at. So she's... This is the... Is this like one of my cats that just decided to go for a run through some crazy shit? By the way, since we're here, there's things like this that are around the world. Oh boy. We have to switch parties here because I don't have an archer. This is fine. You. You. Barrel? Okay. Good, we got it. Alright. But yeah, like I said, you go around the world, there's lots of little challenges like that. It makes everything just feel a little bit more living and breathing versus other games that I've played like this where shit's just empty. Is this a shrine? Well, it's our footprints lead. Let's go take a look. Look, there's a kitty. Good kitty. We actually already made it up here before. Actually, in case you really like Zelda references, there's a little boat you can take around these islands, but it looks like I would have just been led here anyway. But yeah, very, very much Japan influence. And look, at last, human guests. The cat, it's talking. See, there we go. I'd much prefer stuff like this. Oh, does the sight of this one frighten you so? Paimon just never seen a talking animal before. Most rude of you. Are you not talking animal also? Oh. So there we go. I'm very surprised they didn't voice these, though. Actually, we haven't met quite a few talking animals, have we? We met a dragon. We've met a talking snake. Dragons count as animals. Yeah, I guess so. But Dvalin does talk. I should show you Dvalin in a minute. Well, whatever the case, the first time Paimut's met a talking cat. Such wanton yammering. This is no talking cat. Oh, we got the pissed off meow. This is the Asase Shrine, and this one is Nico as provisional head priestess. Other felines address this one as her ladyship, provisional head priestess. But since our fates are entwined, you may dispense with such formality. Do other cats talk too? Surely. You just comprehend them not, but you are no fool, certainly, considering you know the... By the way, I love self-proclaimed provisional head priestess of the shrine. Most boring things would be if you were as dull as those two other humans, picking up and scratching rocks as they do. Oh, so you mean the warning stones from before? This one knows not what they are named. It's a pile of rocks with a rope tied across it. So you were the one who asked for those cats, or so those cat footprints were your doing. This one did indeed call upon felines to frolic there, considered a test of your intellect. Hibiki unsealed the rocks good long time ago, has much to do with those. Those purple, tingling, hair-raising, ill-meaning things. Purple, do you mean that? Well, electricity is running amok here, that's for sure. This one can instruct the matter of operating those rocks, but in exchange, you want fishy, don't you? Please say you want fish. For instance, shrine suffers from a dearth of incense. So... blah blah blah, so that if the shrine's offering box were fixed, people would come and deposit more here. More is stuffed into the offering box when it is yet whole. Many people would come stuff more in it, etc., etc. Once the box was damaged, no one came, so the cats don't really understand how money works. People used to come to the islands and make offerings here. The human in charge of the repair lived in a village over there, but he hasn't come in a good long time. Indeed, after that huge storm, the others never returned either. Whatever the case may be, this one now fully understands that it's so long As the offering box is repaired, the shrine may return to its glory, so we can help repair it. Teach you a way to seal these stones. So, okay. Meow, meow, meow. Seriously, you're playing dumb as something like this. But if you want to fix the box, you're going to need a lot of materials. You know, wood, planks, nails, ropes. So, alright, so we're just going to get through this here. So, Kitty's going to send me on a quest. It's that kind of game. She really marked it out. So, that's how you make your marks with your claws. But of course, I'm a cat. There we go. So, characters that talk like that in the first person, there is a name for them because we ran into a few of those on the other side. Let's see if we can actually get... Looks like that one's not up above. Looks like we got probably on the bottom edge of this cliff. Or under that giant pile of rocks. Good thing we have someone that's really good at busting rocks with a polearm. Alright, and there's another cat. Oh my god. It's all the cats. I can't take that mint. What in the world? Okay, that's great. But yeah, I can just, like I said, there's a lot to show in this game. There's a lot you can do. Take your dear sweet time doing things. There's a whole actual world to explore. But if you really like boats, they threw that in the game too, so you can have your little Wind Waker style island adventure. And like, if we look at the map over here, we know that this is this whole set of islands that I haven't even fully explored. But what's fascinating to me is that we can see other islands over here. Lightning's going to try to strike at us. Apparently, we should know how to like get something that's floating up there at some point. But if we keep sailing over this way, eventually the game's going to be like, you're about to go out of bounds. But clearly there is some more content over there in some way, shape, or form. You can see on the minimap we're getting close to the edge. So obviously we're gonna push as hard as we can. And see, now the fog's like really obscuring it and everything. But if we look down here, that's why I'm saying there's something else over here that just hasn't been introduced into the game yet. So how about we explore this area later? No! I want to explore it now. Alright, let's fight a dragon. That seems okay. Now, nice thing about this is that we can pre-game with some food. Not just this, to be honest, but there was a Kentucky Fried Chicken crossover, so we got some chicken nuggets that'll increase our attack and critical hit rates. And I'm not going to do the max difficulty just because I don't feel like it. We could probably get away with 80. Let's try 80. Typically I don't do 80, but I think with Hu Tao, I have her as strong as I can make her right now without farming stuff. Oh, that's right, I was actually going to show a little dungeon as well, so maybe we can do that too. But here's this group. Here's a big scary dragon. The whole first part of this game is all about trying to save this dragon and figure out why this dragon's attacking people. So you're going to see there's a lot of visual cues here. Alright.
No, my sword.
Alright, I did a terrible response time there. Okay.
Ring cutter.
Illusion shattered.
Stabilize.
Okay, good. I actually got you down. Alright, next step. Climb on the neck. Punch out. Apparently, pull out a sword. See how much crap I can get here. Now, the other nice thing is that the combat gets a little deeper, because we can do things like animation canceling and stuff for her attacks, but I suck at it. So you're going to fire some mean stuff and get angry, and the first time I died to this boss, it's because I had no idea what was going on. But there's kind of a soft timer on this fight where if you don't do enough damage eventually, he will make the floor glow and the floor will kill you. Because the floor is actually lava. Like, it's doing a little bit of wind damage to us right now. Usually when I fight Dvalin or Davalin, Dav is something, I have my Wind Archer available. So let's see what we got. Okay, that's fine.
Shine down.
Shine down, that's a... oh gosh, okay. I did a terrible job. Okay, visual cues again.
Illusion shattered.
Okay, we're gonna need to do just a little more damage than we've been doing. So yeah, turns out that Hu Tao, maxing her out, has done a wonder for her stuff. Let's go ahead and drop a meteor. And then we might be able to kill him now. There we go. Was trying to dash cancel there. Because how you want Hu Tao to attack is like... Her most efficient thing is that and then push. Which is where people will say her first constellation is really strong because her attacks do not consume stamina, and if we do her little dash attack here, it takes down her stamina bar, which adds up over time. But anyway, we need original resin to do this. It only took half this time. I forgot about that. So we actually got some stuff. Oh, who knew I was stronger than I thought I was? Alright. Speaking of crap, I need to farm. Your level up materials. What day of the week is it? I have to think about this really hard. Alright. So let's go over here. Because part of what you have to farm for stuff is all in these little boxy dungeons. And this is a game where you can farm the crap out of everything. As much as you want to here. So this is saying we want to have lightning, water, and this. So we don't really have a great party for this loadout. Unless we do this. And we replace... Like, I don't have a lot of good ice characters. Like, especially when one of my best ones I just took the staff off of. So you know what we're going to do? Sometimes we can say F it and just see if we can make this work. Let's read the description one more time. So, mass amount of pyro energy is coursing through the scorching or a sacrificial altar. Okay. So as much as I want to skill up Hu Tao, we actually can't use her in this because, well, we can, but it's not really a great idea. Alright. Alright, switch it up. Let's give deathmatch then. So let's see how this goes. Because we don't want to take you into a firefight. And see, this is a 4-star character. Alright, so 4-star, 5-star, 5-star, 4-star. And then someone to just shield the crap out of everything. Probably should have eaten some more chicken nuggets. But you go into places like this, and then you suddenly see a little key that's going to pop up in the middle, and all we need to do is to beat the challenge. I actually have not done this one before, so I have no idea what's going to happen. That's part of the fun. Fun, they say. And I have someone post and be like, I'm terribly disappointed you played Genshin Impact, and also, I'm terribly disappointed that you played it incorrectly. So, how many opponents do we have to defeat here? Now, it's nice that we got your ultimate early, but...
Rain outlines your fate. Let me leave you a illusion shattered.
Okay.
Judgment.
I will have order.
So this is what we call the warm-up round. So who do we got next? Dude, if this is it, I could totally bring Hu Tao in here. Alright. Gotta really watch it though, because these guys can hit like a goddamn truck. Alright. Shiver me timbers.
No, my sword. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Now I will tell you one other really nice thing about this whole setup though, is that in these fights you can pause the timer and heal. So you have time to eat a casserole, you have time to eat. You get your little icon here that says, oh, I'm gonna barf.
Rain outlines your fate. Shine down.
But it's fine.
Light
But see, this is why we try some of the stuff first. Because I can totally take these guys on.
Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered.
Cool. So it's nice to know she's a good, useful support even at level 40. Alright, so all of that work. Another nice thing is that we can continue the challenge. I am going to leave because if I'm going to replace a character, like I said, some of this is just always be farming. But see, it says we have pyro characters in here, but in fact it doesn't look like we really have much to worry about in terms of pyros, so... And just switch. Rosaria can cry about it again. But yeah, her attribute's apparently really high. Looks like we still have the food bonus as well, so that's good. Alright. But yeah, the idea is pretty much in Genshin Impact is that there's a lot of things you can do for your character, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to farm out something. So we'll make this work. Okay, I shouldn't have done that right there because I kind of got away from some stuff, but there we go. We're adding a lot of elemental reactions here. There's a lot I could potentially explain here, but none of these enemies are inherently strong against fire. So that's a plus. So we got 5 more seconds here until we can go in on this. Okay, there we go. So I already got 1 down. Fire down. Be a little bit stronger if I had done this first. There we go. It's good to know I can farm this up. But it's one of those things where the only thing you get every time you run this, and you can refresh this stuff to a point, but eventually you have to use currency for it if you stop having free items here. So we're gonna leave the domain. But yeah, they do give you a lot of free items to refresh 60 points here. So there's a stamina system for pretty much powering yourself up as much as you want. I feel like there's something I should do to try to end this though, but I'm not exactly sure what, especially since I'm not going to be... Yes, you're not the drunk character, but you really want to talk about it. Okay, once again, I can't actually level you up until I get you to level 2. Let's... Yes, I know. You're old. You're like thousands of years old. And you only drop prisms. So we actually do need to unlock that other boss. Alright, well. Let's go to another tall place here. So yeah, oh gosh.
We should look for a place to take shelter. I'll be fine, but we don't want you catching a cold.
That's very nice of you. So, yep. That's this character. I didn't even show really the other character that I got as well, the 4-star, but I guess kind of the limited scope of this video. So this is Genshin Impact. 2.1 update is out. It's a good game. It's been out for a year, and I think the best thing that I can say is here's some nice Wind Waker vibes. Not Wind Waker. Ugh, Zelda vibes, as we have old ruined stuff around here. But this is where, if you saw things floating in the air, that's where we were seeing it before. I forgot I have to fight through a lot of stuff to get to it. But yeah, it's a good game. It's something that I do play from time to time. Some days I'll play it, or some days I'll play it for a while, some days I'll play it just to get quests done. But the game doesn't really force you to cram everything all at once. A lot of the content is do it as you want to do it. Like, there is a story quest that just got introduced, so we can like navigate to that. But then there's all of these story character quests as well. You can see how many of these I have not done. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of content. You can hang out with some 4-star characters. It's all very exciting. And there's so many quests, so many things I haven't done. Somebody's going to be like, oh my god, clear your quest log, please. And you'd be correct. But that's it for now. This is Asher. I don't know if she's going to really say anything else here at this point, but it's nice to know that I was able to manipulate the gacha system to get the character that I wanted. Granted, I hadn't really tried any summoning in this game for, what is it, 4 months now? But that's fine. You don't need that to progress in this kind of game. You can just play pretty much whatever characters you want. That little bird just flew out of nowhere, and that bird is going to get real cold. I have some concerns. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Definitely let me know if there's any games that you're interested in seeing, because there's some interesting releases on the horizon. But I thought I'd take a look, at least with this patch coming out, to say this, because this is a game that I've been playing off and on. I've talked about it a little bit on stream from time to time. It's very much anime the game, but at the same time, it is a good action RPG with a very interesting story, and generally good writing, generally good presentation. Didn't really get to show that off as much here. But I've rambled long enough. You all have a good one. See you next time.